On September 11th, 2001, I was living in Paris with my husband and our 2 daughters. We watched the attacks with horror as our loved ones battled the unthinkable back home. We were so far away, and we felt really powerless. Afterwards, like so many others, I struggled to find some sense in the world and find my place in it. Not long after that, I got an email that gave me a great deal of perspective. In the subject line, it said, if the world were 100 people, and it was based on a study by a scientist, Danella Meadows, and it described what the world population would be if it was proportionally represented by 100 people. Well, my first instinct was to dig in there and find myself in the statistics. How many people would be from North America? How many would speak English? How many would have a college education? Well, the answers surprised me, so I enlarged the statistics and I posted them on the wall in my office. Later that day, my 7-year-old daughter would come home from school, and she would teach me another important lesson. When she read the numbers on my wall, she quickly zeroed in on the fact that 9 of the 100 people would not have safe drinking water. 22 would not have adequate shelter. Well, that kind of knocked my socks off because I'd been so focused on finding myself in the statistics. But she was able to see them a different way. She could see a bigger picture. I was humbled by that, not only by what I learned about the world from the statistics, but what I learned about myself from my daughter. Now, I realize the phrase looking at the world as at the bigger picture, it sounds painfully simplistic, but it means a lot to me. As a photographer, I believe in the power of visuals. I believe in the power of photographs and stories to change people's hearts and minds. When I first saw the statistics in the email, when I saw those figures on a piece of paper, something changed in me. But I thought, how much more powerful could they be if we could put a human face to them? So rather than tell you any more about it, I'd like to show you something. I wanted to start the 100 People Foundation to create a portrait of our global neighborhood and using photographs and stories so that we could picture the world as 100 people. In 1985, a group of really diverse astronauts got together for the Planetary Congress at the Association of Space Explorers. They gathered together to explore their shared vision for our planet and what unites them despite their differences. One of the astronauts was one of the first Saudi Arabian astronauts, Sultan bin Salman Abdul Aziz. And he gave the opening remarks. And he talked about what it was like to look at the planet Earth from the International Space Station. And he said the first day or so, we all pointed to our countries. By the third or fourth day, we pointed to our continents. By the fifth day, we were aware of only one Earth. Thank you very much.